Happy New Year to you, sir.
Yeah, same to you, my brother. It's nice seeing you this New Year.
Yes, it's a pleasure here, sir. And for the first time, you are a bit relaxed. It's like you're not stepping out for your random Saturday hangout with family.
Don't be too sure.
Okay, never say never. All right, Dr. Barrister, I'm having issues with APC, making it look like every other opposition, cannot even do anything. Of course, I know how many governors they've actually vested, and PDP only has 4 governors, are remaining. And, we had some speculations as regards to the reason why some governors left and things like that. But, Barrister, when we look at the administration of President, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, so many people, I did a retrospect, which is still ongoing as regards to 2025 administration. And we had so many complaints to talk about. But the way these people are still talking about their party and, being sure of, their win in 2027, it makes it look as if the opposition party does not stand a chance. But my main concern here is that with the way the opposition party are gathered, we have Peter Obi in one party, we have Atiku Abubakar in one party. Of course, Amechi might, want to take ministerial seat and go. But with these two people saying, one saying, I don't want to be a vice to any other person, do you think that we should be expecting a formidable opposition from these people, or it will just be a toll-free for the APC?
Well, thank you very much. I say in politics, it's a give and take, game of give and takes, and there can only be one presidential candidate for a political party at any given time. So I think I'll let us leave it for the politicians to do their stuff, and at the end of the day, hopefully, a candidate will emerge. But do not be worried about everybody going to the APC. It's like, for instance, the River State governor. He was unconstitutionally and illegitimately removed by Mr. Bola Tinubu, and he was brought back at the pleasure of Bola Tinubu. So whatever he says at this stage, he wants to continue in office, and because the Supreme Court, by his judgment, has virtually made Mr. Tinubu the sole administrator of Nigeria, who can remove a governor at will and do whatsoever. So the governors now are trying to play safe. And then it's even worse for the APC, because if people are being compelled, are being coerced into the APC, then you cannot even be sure of who is standing behind you in the APC. And that will be their downfall. So Nigeria should not be bothered.
Okay.
Politics. And like I said earlier, one of the things that actually has gotten me quite excited in this whole process with the ADC is that the person actually issued releases to defend attacks against Peter Obi is the media advisor to Atiku Abubakar. And I also expect similar vice versa, the Obi fashion also.
My baba, they always say, for market, every day gets your own wahala. So
defending Atiku Abubakar when he's attacked. So with that, you see that there's a coalition of ideas and reasonings, and then hopefully before 2027, a candidate will emerge. And let us not keep on saying, mentioning one or two people, because at the end of the day, you're not even sure who will be the candidate. But all we should be assured of is that the evil represented by Bola Tinubu and his cause must not go a day beyond 2027.
Okay, so Doctor, when you say we are not even sure of who would be the candidate, are you talking about the primary stage, or you're talking about the general election?
Well, I'm not a doctor, by the way. I'm just
sorry, Barrister. Are you are you talking about the primary level, or you're talking about the general election?
But everything, the primaries, the general election, you're not sure who will be the candidate.
Okay, so
we have a mistake in this country.
Yeah,
we talk as if we are gods, as if we know what will happen tomorrow.
Okay, Barrister, yes. Based on the trajectory, you would agree with me that when we see Atiku in a particular party, I'm talking about what happened in PDP, you know. When we see Atiku, and Atiku says he also wants to, you know, throw in, you know, his weight to say he's going in for a particular thing. I believe you should actually understand the body language of that party. I'm not saying anything as regards to ADC, but of course, that's the reason why some people might actually say, oh, it's just between Atiku and Obi, and Amechi is not even part of, you know, the primary race. But that's not the conversation now. Where I want to take us to is the River State. Similarly, Fubara, just like you said, you know, was removed for 6 months and reinstated by the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And afterwards, you know, similarly changed totally. Now he carries live band everywhere, singing and saying that he can now, you know, support his candidate, you know, being the APC member. He can now support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you know, with his full chest and not going around corners, unlike some people. We don't know who that some people is. You know, on the other hand, his predecessor, you know, happens to still remain in the PDP that he was, you know, expelled from, but also drumming support for, you know, the president. And he even said that no outsider should come into Rivers, you know, to come and talk about their politics and whatever, because Rivers politics is different. Is Fubara safe now after joining APC, or all of this particular thing he's doing is just trying to get the favor of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Do you think that the president would rather want to be communicating with, you know, Fubara, leaving Wike behind, his right-hand man, or he will still have asked Fubara to go through his boss?
Well, thank you very much. Before I go answer the Fubara question, I'd like to make one or two comments about Atiku Abubakar.
Okay.
People mistake Atiku Abubakar. In 2003, when he was vice president of Olusegun Obasanjo, it was Atiku Abubakar who virtually allowed Obasanjo to continue for the second term. He had all the powers, he had all the governors, he could have scuttled it. But when national interest mattered most, he allowed Obasanjo to continue. During the last elections, if you recollect, Atiku was very emphatic that if the presidential elections were micro-zoned to the region, the southeast, that needed to be compensated by virtue of Nigerians' electoral issues, he would have stepped out. He's made that comment. He only continued because Wike, this same Wike, said it must be an all-Southern affair. Then Atiku said, no, if it must be all-Southern, then I'm coming in. So people should not mistake Atiku. I mean, to me, he's a Democrat, and he's a patriot. When national interest matters most, he knows what to do. 27. When the chips are down, Atiku knows what to do in the interest of the nation, and he will do it. Okay, so
now, barrister, before you go to the Fubara case, I wouldn't say you are making a case for Atiku, but yeah, so you are only stating facts based on what you're privy to understand about Atiku. Yeah. But the same Atiku could have done the same thing for Jonathan if truly he was really understanding. So what happened?
No, I mean, for Jonathan, it was a strange case. The reason being that Jonathan had been vice president for about 6 years. So the issues were not as clear-cut as in the 2003 for Olusegun 2023 elections. Jonathan there were issues, whether he could still continue. So that was a different ballgame.
Okay, barrister, you can go ahead with the Fubara situation.
I'm not a spokesperson, but I'm just saying what I've observed and then what I know about.
After the show, you can be contacted, barrister, but please go ahead. Please go ahead.
With regards to the Rivers State elections, I mean, with regards to Fubara's position and Wike, I think when you say Tinubu Wike is Tinubu's right-hand man, I don't think so. Wike was a willing attack dog. And when you own an attack dog, you have to be extremely careful. When you look at how this same character has related with those who made him, when you look at his antecedents, Mr. Tinubu has to be very, very wary of a Wike. So it is, and Wike has served his purpose.
Why is nobody talking about what this woman just said?
Give me 30 seconds and I'll make.
His purpose has been to destabilize the main opposition party, which is the PDP, and now having fulfilled its nuisance value, Wike is due for the dustbin. Politically, where it's going to go, because what has just happened in Rivers State politics is that by becoming an APC member, in quotes, Fubara is now the party leader of the APC in Rivers State, which means that if Wike organizes meetings that is not in conformity with Fubara's views of the APC, there could be some suspension or whatever. So Wike has fulfilled his role. He's destabilized the PDP, and his nuisance value has reduced to 0. So it is even in the best interest of Bola Tinubu to discard of this guy who has told Nigerians he drinks a 10 million naira whiskey every morning, and we've seen his reactions. He has become an embarrassment to the government. A man that goes out and tells us that military officers are worthless, goes about abusing Nigerian officers. You don't do that anywhere in the world.
Barrister,
you don't abuse soldiers. Yes.
Barrister, when you use the word 10 million whiskey every day, you and I are not sure because we don't live with him. Okay,
no, we
but
saw the bottle. He showed us the bottle. I mean,
all right, let me bring it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Barrister.